Welcome to the Monkey Paw's Grave, episode 2. I'm Quinn.
I'm gonna cut you to pieces.
It's episode 2.
2? Hey, wait a second. I'm not that great at arithmeticals, but I don't think 2 comes after 1, 2, 3, and 4.
No, we recorded episode 1, then we recorded episode 5.
I'm gonna beat you to death.
Early. We recorded episode 5 early.
Can we start the death threats in nice and early?
We recorded episode 5 early, so we could get it out of the way. And now we're at where we would have recorded episode 5, so we have to go back and record episode 2, okay?
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
It doesn't make sense.
So this is episode 2 of the Monkey Paw's Grave.
I can't kick you from the call, but I can block you.
This is episode 2 of the Monkey Paw's Grave. I'm Quinn. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Apple. Hi.
Who wants to go first?
There's 2 other hosts that need to introduce themselves.
You know, it's the 5th episode. Sorry, it's episode 2, but it is the 5th episode. Maybe we're past the point of introducing ourselves every single time.
Yeah.
No, I think we should introduce ourselves every time because people don't listen from the first episode. They don't.
Well, whoever starts listening from, like, the 420-69th episode.
Me, bitch.
Like, the only people who are gonna watch it then are gonna know what the fuck's going on.
People do it in opposite order sometimes. Do you think we have listeners?
Can we introduce ourselves and get on with our lives? God.
Fucking go again, because I can't go until everyone else goes. That's my thing.
Okay, I'm Quinn.
I'm going to beat you to death.
I'm Apple.
And I'm Capn. Yay, we did it. We got through the intro successfully.
Who wants to do their curse first?
To do a curse?
Curse you.
That sounds dangerous.
Well, I guess I should explain
The premise.
On this episode, we do funny curses, like genies or monkey paws.
On this podcast, not this episode.
I like how you keep saying episode when it's definitely the intention of the entire podcast, not just this specific episode fucking -8 or something.
Well, we do it on this episode as well, don't we?
We're gonna do it on this episode as well.
Just.
Who would like to say a curse first? Are there any volunteers?
Someone go.
Who would like to do their first? Yes.
I'm doing the opposite of volunteering. I don't want to go first.
Neither do I.
I mean, I'll go first if no one else does, which is
Sure.
probably gonna be the case.
You go first. It's been too long. We're all shy now.
Alright.
Go for it, Capn.
Alright. This one isn't as much as a wish as it is something that would be very good but also have a downside. So, ideas are now a physical thing, and they just sort of jostle around inside your head. So, the upside to this is that now if you have an idea, you can just, like, hold on to it and just, like, fucking shove it into your brain and just have it when you want it. So, like, a physical post-it note or something, but real.
Hey guys, what if real life was like video games?
The downside here is that they just keep fucking jostling inside your fucking head.
Is this like if you wish for your head to be full of ideas or something like that?
Yeah, sure. It's just, like, ideas are a physical thing now, so they just, like, fucking jostle around in your head like a goddamn, what's it called? That thing that cartoon babies always shake around.
Like a gumball machine?
That too, I guess.
Like Funny Benson from Regular Show?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like Funny Benson from Regular Show. God.
What's a funny Benson from Regular Show?
Is that his cum?
That's his name. Funny Benson. Benson, comma, funny.
I'm gonna have that character killed. Wow.
I'll repeat that. Is that his cum? Because that's his hole that the gumballs come out of. Like, that's Benson's hole. Like in the episode where his towel falls down and his hole is gaping and he's like all embarrassed. That's his hole. That's his private parts. And out of his private parts comes gumballs. Is that like his cum?
No, that's just like his shit.
That's his eggs.
Shit pellet. He's like an owl. He shits out pellets.
He shits out of his cloaca.
Those are his eggs.
None of these are nice things to say.
Yeah, this is the worst thing we could have said from, like, the first 5 minutes of the episode.
Oh.
Sorry, but
The public has to know.
I'm the public and I had to know.
Is it shit or cum?
I needed to know if it was his cum or like his periods or maybe it's his shit. Because either way, it's like not great. Maybe it's his eggs.
Yeah, they're his eggs.
I'm gonna go with cloaca. I think that I don't see any other holes on him. He doesn't wear clothes.
So anyways, how about that curse, eh?
So, I have a question. How many copies of each idea are there?
You only get one, unless you have to, like, rethink of it.
I meant, like, in the world.
Oh, I don't know. Like, what does that mean? What do you mean, like, how many ideas are there?
Like 2 people can't have the same idea.
Exactly.
You have to share it.
I mean, do you think that 2 people can't just, like, think up the same thing at the same time.
I mean, that's what they're asking.
Well, no, that's how copyright works.
So when you think of something, does it just generate in your head?
Yeah.
As a physical object?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just sort of like, it's like how a clam makes pearls. It just sort of blorps in there.
So,
Okay, so like, how much room is there in your head for ideas?
if you're a
Quite a
person with a
bit.
bigger
Are
head, does
some
that
ideas
just mean
bigger
that
than
I'd,
others?
I'd say the ideas are around the size of, like, slightly larger than a marble.
Ooh.
So that's
There's
like,
not that many
that's like
ideas.
100.
I don't know if a human being can live with 100 ideas tops.
I mean,
I
like,
have,
when
like,
you're done with an
100
idea, you can just, like,
receipts.
toss it out. Or, like, put it in one of those cool marble machines.
What if you need that idea?
And you forget about it later?
Well, then you can just pick it up later.
How do you toss it out? Do you reach in there and, like, pluck it out? Like a tuba?
Spit it out.
What if the idea of how to eat food falls out of your head at night and rolls down the grate? They're just gonna starve to death?
That's not how eating
I
works.
don't know if that's an idea. That's like an instinct.
Do you have to think about eating before you do? And that's a bad question. We all...
I've never thought about eating in my life. It just happens. I can't stop it.
Do you ever wake up, go to your desk, and have to, like, think creatively for an hour before you think, people should be able to eat?
Yes. You guys don't have that problem? Like, I can't eat in the morning until I remember that it's, like, physically possible and, like, a thing people do.
I have that problem.
Yeah. Says Quinn regretfully.
Yeah, I do kind of forget to eat.
This is just an ADHD mood.
How many of us on this podcast don't have ADHD?
What about Pac-Man?
What about Pac-Man?
Yeah, what about him? What does he do? Does he eat the ideas
Oh,
like pellets?
He eats pellets. Oh.
Will I forget about Pac-Man?
No, memories are not ideas.
So you can have memories of the marbles that have been in your head.
Okay, that's a bit special, because, like, remembering an idea in itself is pretty fucking hard. But, like, yeah, you could, but it'd probably be, like, a bit fuzzy.
Like, you remember you had an idea about something, but I feel like it's...
What about Pac-Man?
You can remember it without remembering exactly what it was and, like, how to do it.
Could ideas become like a kind of currency?
Probably, yeah.
We could just like trade people some ideas for things. So you could have them all surgically removed from your head,
That's cool.
and they could be put in public bowls where you could go and take whichever ones you like.
Like the Mentos bowl.
No, I feel like that could happen, but every idea is intrinsically unique. So it'd just be like those big rock bins that they have at, like, geological sites or at fun fairs, where it's just like, stick your hand in and take a few rocks for only $4. It'd be like that, but for ideas instead of rocks.
Oh, that's lovely.
And then you just have, like, a bunch of random, mediocre, baby-level ideas. Like, what if there was a car that went really fast?
What about Pac-Man?
Or what if there were stairs that just went in a big loop?
What if you got like a free idea from one of those things, but it was like a really fucked up, unethical idea?
Yeah, you're just like a fucking... What if you wore Crocs with knives strapped to them?
Like, hey, can I have this hate crime idea back? Can I give this back and get my money back? I don't want this anymore.
No refunds.
Get fucked up, unethical spells.
When you have an idea, do you believe in that idea and how it should just be done?
I don't know. What the fuck does that even mean?
Oh,
You
okay.
know how to do it, but you just, maybe it's not something you want to do.
Right. Like, I know how to do a lot of bad things, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I feel like people probably know how to, like, curb stomp a puppy, but doesn't mean you, like, want to
Yeah.
or intend to. Let's move on from that,
Yeah.
I think.
Any other questions before we move on?
What about Pac-Man?
What if it happened to just you?
Just you?
What about Pac-Man?
Please stop saying what about Pac-Man.
Pac-Man?
Anyways, what if it was only you and everybody else was normal?
That would be pretty sad, yeah. Wouldn't like that. Would that be a bad thing? Yeah, that'd be a bad thing.
Man, probably it's like a curse, right?
Oh yeah, that would be pretty fucked up, but I think just having fucking ideas, just be physical things, would also be very nice, because you could juggle with them.
Oh,
Or throw them at people, like stones.
okay.
Just like, you're just in like a snowball fight, and so just like, hey, you put an idea in this one.
Hey, this is like what you're gonna buy for your sister for her birthday.
Yeah. Are you gonna want this back? Can I keep it?
Hey, I'm sorry I've been so quiet. I'm just like I'm looking at this Pac-Man amiibo and like really hard looking at
A
it.
Pac-Man amoeba? What?
Staring him down?
Can we tuck you in and like put you to bed?
I'm holding it in my hands like a treasure and looking at it because it's I like Pac-Man. I'm looking at Pac-Man.
He's a treasure.
I'm just gonna give you a heads up, it's an action figure, you won't win that staring contest.
It's an action figure, okay.
I'm not trying to win a staring contest. I'm forming a deep emotional bond with Pac-Man.
Damn. Good luck.
What's Pac-Man saying to you?
Walk of.
Waka waka.
It's not a physical word. It's more like a feeling.
It's like that one song where they go Oogachaka at the start. Hooked on a feeling. Am I the only person here who knows that song?
No.
Okay,
That was
thanks.
Shrek.
I know that song, but Pac-Man is more important.
It's one of the many songs Shrek has sung.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he sing Oogachaka?
He did. That's the sort of thing Shrek would say, right?
Really?
Oh, I love Shrek even more now.
That was one of his.
Shrek made that song.
I love you, Shrek.
Wow.
This episode, we show our appreciation for Shrek.
Should we go? Should we move on to the next one?
Sure.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we should.
No.
We got nothing else going on.
Alright. Well, it's not a lot. Who'd like to go next?
Okay. Well, I would go next, but mine's kind of similar, so...
Go for it anyways. We'll just have a theme.
Do it before you fall asleep.
Yeah.
I like how delayed that was. That was like an entire second of just like... Yeah.
You said that as if you were doing jazz hands at the same time or something. It's really good.
ASMR jazz hands.
So, you go up to the genie, and you go to the genie, and you say, "Oh, genie, great genie.
Crate genie.
I've wished for encyclopedic knowledge of whatever topic it is that you want to wish for. I don't care. Dolphins. I don't know.
Crates.
You wish for encyclopedic knowledge of this thing, and the genie gives you a volume of encyclopedias about the thing.
This is the same genie that stabs you when you ask for a knife.
They just beat you over the head with like 3 encyclopedias.
Well, it gives you the knowledge.
Yeah, but yeah.
But it's just like you gotta read it yourself, you know.
Knowledge is power.
It's like a bunch of encyclopedias too. It's like volumes of encyclopedias, not just one.
Hell yeah.
That would be pretty bad if that was a thing that happened.
It's just one really tall book.
Why would that be bad?
That'd be funny.
Books are so cool.
This is not what you wish for.
That's the format.
The format of the podcast. Fight me.
You did. You wished for encyclopedic knowledge of the thing, and he said, "Okay, here's the books about the thing. Here's the encyclopedias."
I feel pretty bad if that happened.
What would you do? What would you do, viewers at home? Would you read the books?
What would you do?
They'd probably read the books.
What would you do?
Select one of 2 annotations now. Oh, wait.
I'd wish for encyclopedic knowledge of Pac-Man.
I'd verbally abuse the genie.
I'd wish for YouTube to fucking run their business more effectively and stop tearing away shit that just makes the website more accessible.
Is that your top priority?
Yes. My other top priority is huge schmeat.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Cam voice, hee hee hoo hoo, time to laugh at my own joke.
You're valid. Sometimes we gotta.
I don't believe in this.
Why don't you laugh at Pac-Man instead?
Because that would be mean. He's trying to be serious.
Why don't you laugh at Pac-Man instead?
Uh-huh.
Pac-Man's being chased by ghosts and you're laughing.
Dragons are invading Dave & Buster's and you're laughing.
Fuck is Dave and Buster's?
This isn't a podcast.
No, it's not.
Yeah, this is a
Not
pod.
yet.
This is a pod bad.
We haven't casted it yet. There will be one. Casted? That's not a word. Oh no.
And you fucking casting it in the Forge of Fire.
I guess my curse wasn't a big hit with the ladies. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
I miss the lady.
Please bring the ladies back.
No wait, that's just that one fucking May where it's like, no more women. This is the world of the gays.
The world of gays. Isn't that the plot of Lisa? I miss ladies.
That is the plot of Lisa, the painful RPG.
The painful RPG.
From Simpson.
The
Yes.
painful RPG.
No, Lisa
The painful
Simpson.
RPG.
The plot of Lisa Simpson is she misses ladies.
Lisa the Simpson RPG.
That sounded like some kind of racial caricature. That was horrible.
That sounded like you were a 3-year-old trying to do martial arts and you just like fell down the stairs.
Hasn't Quinn done that?
Yeah, I'm sure they would keep up the martial arts act while they're falling down the stairs, breaking every bone in their body.
Like they just hit the bottom step and do like fucking perfect standing formation.
So, Apple or Elliott, do you want to bring your curse to the table?
Sure.
My curse is the table.
So I'll go last.
So for mine, believe it or not, this is the best of three.
Oh boy.
You find a fucking monkey's paw and you're like, man, do you know what's gross and would be good to get rid of? I hate pee-pee and poo-poo. It's gross. I don't want people to do it anymore. So you wish for nobody to ever have to pee-pee or poo-poo again. Basically, no one has to use the bathroom again, the restroom. And what happens is that, like, a handful of select people are burdened with humanity's piss and shit. And you've cursed them to that life, and you have to know about it. And, like, let's say that, like, a few of them are people you know. It's like the Hunger Games, so, like, there's a raffle, but, like, the universe did the raffle, and then these people were selected to bear the burden of humanity's shit and piss.
I mean, this doesn't really grant the wish. You wish that pee-pee and poo-poo, like, didn't happen anymore.
Nobody else has to pee-pee and poo-poo anymore. Everybody else is free.
Okay, but those people still do.
You didn't specify for who.
So pee-pee and poo-poo are still like a thing that exists and is an issue for those people, at least.
Well, they're not people anymore.
Yeah, they don't count.
They've just lost all their rights just because they keep shitting and pissing out forever.
As many people should.
I think it would be funny if you wished for this to happen and it happened to the president.
Well, I mean, yeah, he is already spewing some shit.
Some shit and piss, maybe.
Not to get political.
The monkey paw, isn't it?
Anyways, please explain to the viewers that dream you had.
What?
Oh yeah, I had a funny dream.
Me too.
Why don't you tell us about your funny dream, Apple?
My funny dream?
Yeah, tell it.
Yeah, you had a funny dream?
What?
I mean, yours was, like, relevant.
It was?
Not yours, I mean Quinn's.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
I don't remember what yours was, but mine was in it.
I was gonna say mine was about the Vietnam War. That's not very relevant to this.
Okay, but Apple had a funny dream, and I want to hear about that.
Well, we're talking about presidents.
Wow. Extremely hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
I think there was a lot of peeing and pooing during that.
Yeah?
Oh.
That's about the extent of it.
Well, I mean, I was in it, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I'm a veteran, I guess.
Yeah.
My dream was that somehow it was decided that the 2020 presidential elections were to be decided via old-timey gun duel, like with 6 paces and everything.
Yes, go on.
Yeah.
And this was to take place in a big, like, sports stadium with a big crowd and a big audience. So Joe Biden and Donald Trump ran around the sports stadium for a long time, and then Joe Biden turned around and shot Donald Trump dead.
Yeah.
And the crowd went wild, and Joe Biden went up to the podium and started giving his acceptance speech for president.
Yay!
His egg acceptance speech.
Can that be our episode title? I think that would be pretty good clickbait.
No, it can't be. Remember, death threats.
Alright, just that whole story.
It has to be death threats.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We haven't been making enough death threats, really.
I mean, I did say a few at the start.
Yeah, same.
That should be enough for the entire episode, honestly.
I'm sorry that mine was so gross.
Yeah, it's fine. We're just gonna have to put you in the wasp room for it.
Thank you.
I think if a handful of people had to shit and piss for the whole of humanity, that would, suck for them.
Yeah. But, what if it was, your childhood best friend?
That's implying I have any.
That would suck.
Your crush becomes the shit mongrel.
Oh.
That's what they're called, I guess.
I'd cry.
Are these people taking on more than they would have been doing otherwise? Or are they just kind of oppressed for it?
No, yeah, I mean,
For doing it at all?
they just, shit and piss all day. They sit on a toilet and that's their life.
They're like machinery now.
Oh my god, this.
Yeah.
That's really horrible.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing to say.
I actually hate this one now that I've said it out loud. It's sucks. It's nasty.
Same.
Gross.
You just realize the consequences of your actions.
Yeah.
Just 1 in every 20 people are no longer human.
Do you want to try, using another of your curses, Mr. Moneybags?
Man, I'm tired.
Do you want to use, a different one of your curses?
What else do I have?
Do you not write them down?
Oh, I've got one. It's similar to another one I've done before, but it's a nice quick one, I think. You go up to the monkey paw and you wish for the ideal body. You're like, yeah, I want peak performance. I want, the finest that evolution has to offer. And then the monkey's paw, being a monkey's paw, turns you into a silverback gorilla.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Peter Griffin.
A bat gorilla?
It turns you into a silverback gorilla?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if that's like peak performance, but I'd enjoy my time as Gorilla Monkey Ape.
Hey.
The monkey thinks that's peak performance. The monkey sees a gorilla and it's like, that's a big, strong, respectable creature.
Hey.
We're the monkeys.
Would I still have all my human intelligence, or would I just become an ape? Like, fully?
You asked for the perfect body, not perfect brain. So yeah, you just be like a human ape.
I think the brain is a part of the body.
Well, I'd really love that.
But is the mind, is the soul.
I'd really enjoy having the power of a gorilla with the mind of a human.
I wouldn't enjoy dating a gorilla, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's your fucking problem.
Yeah, this one's kind of stinky.
I'm sorry.
I don't like it.
No, it's good. I would
Oh, I like this.
I would not want to be in that situation of being gorilla.
I would love to be a big gorilla. I'd love to have big, powerful fists. Wouldn't you?
Do you not already?
Yeah, but then I don't have any fucking dexterity at all. I just like fucking grab a controller and my fucking massive gamer hands just break it.
I'd miss video games, I guess, but I'm sure I could, like, communicate to scientists to make me video game controllers so I could play video game as my big gorilla monkey ape.
You go up to a scientist and they tranquilize you and put you in a zoo.
Yeah, and I could do sign language like Coco.
Do you know sign language?
Well, if a gorilla can learn it, then so can a person, probably, hopefully.
I could write in the dirt, teach me sign language with my big monkey paws.
Fangs.
Monkey paw fanctures.
I could be like, give me pen and paper in the dirt with like a stick. I don't know.
They would study you. They wouldn't want to give you video games, or they'd give you they give you that monkey game with the number.
They would give me video games because that would be good for study. That would be good for study.
They just toss them in like frisbees into your enclosure.
Quinn, I think you'd have to come up with a pretty good plan. Like, you'd have to communicate with a human who will listen to you. Like, someone trusting, like a child. You'd have to get a child in your enclosure.
Like a horse girl.
Oh god.
A horse girl, but for gorillas.
And then once I learned sign language, I'd be like, I'm actually a human being, and I'd tell them details about my life that only I would know.
Gorillas can make shit up.
I just wanted to make a 4-year-old joke.
How would a gorilla know personal, intimate details of my life? Huh?
I don't know who the fuck you are. Gorillas just making shit up. They're like, oh fuck, it's Quinn. Oh, I shouldn't like dead name. I shouldn't like fully name you on the podcast, huh? But yeah, they wouldn't be like, oh fuck, it's Quinn. I know every detail of Quinn's life.
That's all, folks.
Stop!
Podcast. That's not funny.
Apple, do you want to go?
You laughed.
To leave?
Yes. Do you want to leave? Do you want to get out of here, kid?
Do you want to go away?
Sure, I can have an attempt. Okay, sure. So which?
Pug bunnies.
So, I guess this one has a bit of a premise. You're a person... Well, there are two Americans here, right? We all have guns, right? That's the thing?
No.
Yes. I have so many guns.
You do not have a gun.
Why do you have one?
You don't. They don't have a gun.
I have so many guns and rifles.
They have a big stick that they smack themselves in the head with.
They just do that to wake up every morning.
I have so many guns and rifles and weapons. God.
Well, anyway, let's say that you're into your gun sports. You're into, I don't know, let's say air riflery. But you got a problem. It's that you can't always get a good aim. You can't always hold things steady. So what you do is you go to the genie or the monkey's paw. Let's go with the monkey paw. You go to the monkey's paw and you wish that, please, I would always like to be able to hold my hand steady when I have a gun in my hands. And your wish is granted. And you find from that moment on that your hands start shaking and you're only able to keep your hand steady when you have a gun held in your fists.
Can it be like a toy gun?
I suppose it could be, yeah.
Can I get a tattoo of a pistol on the palm of my hand?
Yes.
That's not a gun in your hand. That's a gun on your hand.
I feel like you can do that, but it just would not help the curve.
I think you'd have to have a gun, like, you'd have to have your finger on a trigger at all time.
I feel like this is a good way to get arrested.
just
Yeah.
modify a pencil so that whenever you pull the trigger, it just like fucking shoots out the lead.
Could I create a ring that imitates a gun trigger
No.
and then I... Nah!
It's a gun, not a trigger.
It's not a gun.
That's just that's what you've described there is an item from Enter the Gungeon.
Okay.
I suppose what I'm asking is how would you deal with the fact that you have to carry a gun in your hand everywhere you go for the rest of your life? If you don't want to shake.
Could I do finger guns?
I'd start learning to live with shaky hands.
The monkey paw has just given you Parkinson's.
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
And guns are your cure.
And I'm pretty sure they have, like, anti-Parkinson's utilities, where it's just, like, they stop your shaky hands from, like, fucking up your writing.
Right.
This is supernatural shaky hands, though. It doesn't work.
It
doesn't work.
You can't train yourself in any way to get over this.
You can't, like, fix it unless you're holding a gun. That's the only way to fix
You
it.
just have to adapt.
I have an idea. And just write with your mouth. Just hold the pen in your tongue and you just fucking onto the paper.
Gross.
If I hold my fingers in, like, gun shape, does that make my hand steady?
It might have a bit of an effect, but you're still going to be able to...
Okay.
Whatever that noise meant.
Well, I could at least type like that.
Like a horse.
All horses have Parkinson's. Anyways, big question here. Do your hands still shaky if you're playing gun video game?
Oh, I think a light gun would actually help out.
Ooh, I just brained right through this.
Brain.
Brain blast.
It's a light gun.
A light gun, it's like a video game controller gun.
Anything gun-shaped would help, is what you're saying?
Yes, but nothing's better than a rifle, really.
So, like, the more actual gun it is, the more steady your hands are.
Yes.
So if you're just holding, like, a regular Steam controller, and it's just, like, you're still a little bit shaky. You hold, like, an NES light gun, oh, it's pretty good. You hold, like, an actual murder gun with the safety off, and it's like,
And let's not, like, forget the really good part of this. Like, you would be excellent at air riflery.
Yeah.
Or whatever gun sport you want.
That's the one upside to this. You're really good at a sport that no one likes.
Yeah.
Wait, that's just all sports.
Well, I guess I can make, like, a lot of money that way, I don't know. I could win competition, whatever.
Yeah, but if you ever got arrested for shooting someone, and then you would just hear every time you get handcuffed. Get it? Because it's metal.
Why would you shoot somebody? Why would you be arrested for shooting somebody? Why in this narrative have you shot somebody?
Is that a problem with you, Capn?
Is that an issue that you have multiple, like, frequently, Capn?
I just can't stop shooting people. Fuck. Every weekend, it just happens.
Your hands are really steady when you hold a gun, but only when you point it at a person.
I guess you'd be, like, the world's best sniper or whatever.
Yeah, I guess.
You want to get into that?
Why would you?
No.
No. You bring a light.
Why would you think that we would want to be a sniper?
Super Mario.
No.
Here's the problem. Too many toasters. You know what
What
they
they
say,
say.
Luigi. All toasters. Toast.
Toast.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Hey. We're the monkeys.
Hey.
We're the monkeys. Man, are we voting on a favorite?
I suppose we should. I suppose we ought to vote on a favorite. Yeah.
That sucks.
So who's our favorite? Who's our favorite?
I like gun.
I really like the gun one. That one was
The gun
good.
one was good. Yeah.
But I think that's just because it's like the recentest in my memory.
The gun one was the only one that didn't kind of suck.
Oh. What were the other ones? We should at least remember them.
Physical ideas.
I like that one, yeah.
The encyclopedias.
The idea marbles.
Physical ideas.
Then there was the getting turned into monkey. And then there was the
Shit and piss.
shit and piss.
What was the other one? Quinn, what the fuck was yours?
And my big book encyclopedias. Well, everyone else voted for you anyways, Alex.
Yeah.
Okay,
Your
great.
vote doesn't matter, okay?
You're cursed.
I'm sorry. Alright, I'm cursed to be a
Let's
genie.
make him cry and get it over with.
Yeah, let's go for it.
You're just cursed to come up with really, really good ideas.
Hello, I am a genie and I would like to grant all of your wishes.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Mhm.
I wish Pac-Man was real. I wish Pac-Man was real and my friend.
Pac-Man is real, and he's coming for you.
No!
Pac-Man eats everybody.
To be my friend.
we just open the door to Quinn's room a few days later, and there's just some eyes sitting on the floor looking at us.
That's horrible! That's awful! Pac-Man, you fucking gruesome fuck!
That's what Pac-Man does. He turns you into eyeballs. It's like the opposite of that one song about the
Does
eyes.
that imply that Quinn's a ghost? Because Pac-Man, when he eats ghosts, they turn into eyes, but when...
And Pac-Man eats humans.
They turn into ghosts.
I think Pac-Man would eat humans.
I was thinking Pac-Man eats Pac-Man, but I don't think that's correct. I think I was confused.
It's a pack-eat-pack world out there, Pac-Man.
The only cure for it is you gotta get Mrs. Pac-Man. You gotta wish for Mrs. Pac-Man, and then they fight to the death.
Anyways, Genie McBeanie. I wish that there
That's not
was
his
a
name.
really cool fire pole in my house going from the second floor to the first. So I could slide down and be real cool, just like the people in those Saturday morning cartoon shows.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, you now have your fire pole going from the second floor to the first.
Yeah.
Down to the basement.
Yeah, even better.
Further down still. Down, forever and ever.
What if the fire pole was made of fire?
See, he said he wanted a really cool fire pole. I would have said, well, it's like freezing cold constantly.
Well, you're not the genies, okay?
Yeah. The genie gets a wish this time, and it's shut your mouth.
Giving the genie tips on how to make the wishes bad.
I really like the underground one, because then I just, like, get to the center of the earth and burn to death.
Welcome to the underground.
You like that?
Yeah, that's creative. I like
And
that.
burn out the planet by going back and forth.
I was just thinking that there was just going to be a really big pit of spikes underneath it or something.
You don't see humans often. Lucky you just dropped in.
Hey, stop that.
What are you saying?
Make your wish.
Make your wish.
I wish that Pangea reformed.
Pangea reforms with a great deal of earthquakes and crushes and sadness.
Yay!
Boo, fuck Pangea. We hate Pangea.
We sure do.
I just wanted to take a train somewhere, God.
I like Pangea.
I don't. I'm evil.
Pangea reforms was the half wish that I've had for, like, since episode 2.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I want that to be the consequences of a curse, but I could not think of what you could wish for that makes Pangea reform.
But how would that be a consequence? That would be so cool.
Pangea reforms, but it's in, like, the wrong direction. So now, like, your house is upside down.
How would Pangea reforming be a consequence of anything? I want that to happen for real.
Tectonic plates.
Because of all the earthquakes and the fucked up
Yeah.
everything, and there's no, like, it's all bad, man.
Okay, but now we're like one people in one nation, and we all have to work together, and all of society's problems have been solved because Pangea has been reformed.
They would not be solved.
I mean, there's still gonna be national borders. This is gonna be a bit fucked up.
All the people that were in the sea have now been, like, squished.
Yeah, I feel like right after Pangea reforms is gonna be a big old fucking skirmish about, like, who owns what.
Yeah, there'd be, like, just so many, like, wars and shit.
Like, fucking, all the Canadian islands are, like, back together, and it's just, like, all fucking hitting the side of Great Britain, and then it's like, hey, won't get off our land.
We're not doing this again.
The thing about Pangea is that it didn't look like all of our continents that were just squished together. It was completely something else, so you wouldn't know who belonged, like, what belonged to who.
I have an idea
Go on.
for how Pangea could go wrong.
What is it?
Is it physical?
Now no one has an excuse to not come to Brazil.
Why would you go to Brazil?
Because come to Brazil.
I mean, not at all. Just, but
Wait, have you three
What?
never heard that fucking joke where it's like, you are going to Brazil?
no, I've never heard jokes.
Oh.
I had to, like, think really hard to remember it. It's not really, like, a memorable thing. All I remember is the Knuckles
Knuckles?
man.
The echidna?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah. It's like VR chat or something.
He's the one reforming Pangea for us. Thank you, Knuckles.
Thank you, Knuckles,
Thank you,
for making
Knuckles.
Pangea happen again. Thank you so much. I love you, Knuckles. I love you, Knuckles. I wish Knuckles was real and he was my friend.
Sonic Kenny.
He is, but he's just like a regular echidna. He just kind of hibernates a lot and shit.
I would pet him.
Have I granted all your wishes? I think I granted all your wishes.
Yeah, I think so. Because that's all three of them.
You granted all our wishes.
Oh, wonderful.
Well,
If you want to burden yourself with a wish.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
so this has been the Monkey Paws Grave episode 2.
It has not been two.
I've been Quinn.
I'm Elliott.
Apple.
We have we have a Patreon and a Twitter and a Tumblr, and I have a Discord server that I'd like for you to join. That we're all in also, and sometimes we play video games there, and we make funny jokes about funny Bart. There's a Minecraft server.
In the spirit of the episode title, can we all just start, like, saying death threats, like, indiscriminately, like, all together, all at once?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna
I'm gonna
fucking
Fucking light you on
I'm
fire,
gonna
and I'm gonna
eat
snap
the
your legs, and I'm
car.
gonna throw you in front of
And
a
I'm gonna
fucking car.
I'm gonna find out how
And I'm
bold
driving
you
the
are.
car somehow.
Turn it on.
I'm gonna get you all
Apple, I don't hear
splashed.
any-
Blended
oh, God.
into pieces.
I'm gonna
I'm-
think about
Ah!
coffins near the
And I'm
vicinity
gonna-
of your house.
I'm gonna get you with
I'm
the
going to kick your
claws,
teeth in.
And I'm gonna
Till you
hurt
die.
with my
You're
Draw
gonna
some
choke on your
straws.
teeth.
I'm gonna.
My
I'm
neck
gonna-
just cracked, and that's what your neck's gonna do when I stomp on it.
And I'm gonna throw hot oil on your
It's a bar.
face until it
The
melts
tension
and
of a
bubbles
spring.
and sizzles, and you turn into
Murder.
a bacon. And I'm gonna tear your
Onomatopoeia.
tear. I'm gonna
I
tear you
I
up,
think-
and I'm gonna tear you to pieces.
Can we stop now?
Default.png.
Power!
Are we done? Can we be finished?
Take it away, Apple.
Do I have permission to end this?
Please.
Oh,